Nvidia briefly touching an all-time high this week. Now, the stock has certainly been on a tear. This year alone, it's up over 160%. The street remaining very bullish on the chip maker. 64 analysts have a buy or outperform rating on the stock. One of those analysts joining us now, we want to bring in Matt Bryson. He's Wedbush Equity Research Hardware Senior Vice President. It's great to see you again, Matt. So talk to us just about this massive run-up that we've seen in Nvidia. Clearly lots of focus just about the emphasis and the impact that it is having clearly overall on the broader market. What makes you so confident that this momentum is going to continue? And I guess, what do you think that opportunity really looks like?
Yeah, so in the near term, it's all good news, right? They came out in late May, gave us great numbers, gave a great guide. But since then, you've seen new funding for startups in the AI space. The funding numbers are large, so you're talking numerous $billion going to places like XAI. Eventually, most of that money gets spent either renting data center space or building data center space. So lots of NVIDIA chips. You've seen news around government funding, and that's all additive to what the cloud service providers are spending. And so if everyone's spending on AI, just things look really good. At some point, I think we need more AI applications to show up. But having said that, I think everyone's made a bet through NVIDIA's next platform, Blackwell, which means things remain good well into next year.
I mean, when we talk about this chip demand, like, is there a good ballpark figure that investors should be going off of in their minds about where these data centers that are being built out will eventually move to in terms of the number of chips that are necessary to really support the applications and the generative AI demand that we're seeing?
So that's a difficult number to come up with. What we're really seeing right now is companies making a bet that the next set of applications that change the world are going to be built on AI. So there's lots of training of these large language models going on, and that's building out the infrastructure that these applications can get built on. I think at the end of the day, the AI opportunity is going to depend on what those applications look like. So if we get self-driving cars built on AI, that changes the world. That needs a ton of investment. If we get something like the next YouTube or the next TikTok or the next Uber built on AI, again, that changes the world. We need a ton of investment. But it's really what that next set of applications look like that we don't know. And that's going to define what the market looks like past this investment and training that we're seeing right now.
Man, when we talk about the next catalyst for NVIDIA, there's been lots of talk, lots of focus on the upcoming shareholder meeting later on this month. Is that going to provide another boost to the stock, and how come?
I don't know if the shareholder meeting changes much. I think that what the next kind of significant catalyst is, they'll have a fall GTC meeting. That will certainly be interesting. They have numbers before then. Those will be interesting. But I think it's really what we see that comes out of Blackwell. So that, in my mind, begins shipping late this year into next. That's going to define what the next step for NVIDIA looks like. But again, there's just really, really strong demand till then. So I don't see any stumbling points kind of through the course of 2024.